with this first question after your aim. If you're done writing the aim, you can look at it and think about it. We have practiced markups, we've practiced markdowns, we've practiced percent ofs. Today we're solving problems with multiple percents. Kara, face forward. All the way. Thank you. Here's the question you're thinking about. A sweater's priced $60. You go to Nordstrom or whatever, wherever you go. Nordstrom. What's another cool clothing shop? Nike. Nike is a cool shop. Okay, so you go to Nike, you get some cool Nike sweatshirts, hoodies. They're on sale 50% off. You see a 50% off sign, and you're like, sweet. Then you go to the checkout place, and she's like, hey, this is actually an additional 50% off. What would the price of this sweater be if you have two 50% off? Get ready to turn it up. If you're an odd, you're starting. Go. Listen to the odds first. Go. What's the price? What do you think? Is it free? Maybe. It looks like it, because if it's 250s, it makes 100. That's what I kind of think too. I'm thinking free.
50% off, be 50%, and then you have to take 50%
Okay, you're onto something. That's the argument, but me and Shiloh think it'd be free, because 50 plus 50 is 100. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Debates. Let's try it again. Your voice is off. 3, 2, 1. How do you face forward? Taylor, that's your first. Bryden, that's your first. When you guys hear that bell, you are silent. Okay, so we have two debates going. Half of us, it seems about half of us think this would be free. The other half are thinking it's actually going to be pretty cheap, but it's not quite free. Why do you think, Carson, I think I know where you're going, but what do you think it would be and why?
So it's not free because you do 50% off of 60, which is 30, and then it's 50% of 30. So the answer is $15.
When you have multiple percents.
How do you go from
When you have multiple percents, you take the decimal first, that percentage first, and you calculate this. Then you take the new number, and you use the next percent on your new answer. This sweater, still a pretty good deal. It's not free, but it is $15. For the paper, make sure you have that on number. Okay. Yeah, you guys didn't see that. You probably could have answered it correctly if you read, but hopefully you didn't. Always a cool debate where everyone thinks you can get free stuff, but it's not always the case. So this is what we do. We're always going to do them in order. So you always take the first percent that you see, and you use that as your first part of the problem. Then you go on to the second part. Do not combine the percents and do one problem with both. You have to treat them as two parts of the problem. So Marlene's bill came to $45. She has a 15% off coupon. Then there's a 6.5% sales tax. I'm going to set this one up first using my 15% off coupon. This is a markdown, so I'm going to multiply by 100 minus 15. 85% would turn into 0.85. In your calculator, plug in that problem. Blake, do you have it? What's the answer, Camden? 38.35. If you got something different, plug it back in and see if you maybe mistyped. 0.35 or 8.5? Camden? Point what? 2.5. 38.25. Agree with that? Silent yes? Okay. Take this number, and we're going to bring it over to the next part of our problem. We now use the next percentage. You then have a 6.5% sales tax. What type of problem is this now? Adi, mark up or mark down? It's marking up. So I take the 6.5 and I add it to 100. Make sure you line up your decimals. You need a decimal after the 100, add a 0, and finish your snowman. 5 plus 0 is 5, 6 plus 0 is 6, 0 plus nothing is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1. So this is 38.25 times. Help me change the percent into a decimal, Leighton. Yeah, we got a percent.
1.065, I think.
Okay. That's correct. 1.065. I don't need to line up the decimals in a multiplication problem, just an addition. Plug that into a calculator. Raise your hand when you have that answer in the calculator. I got 2 hands. Grant, did you get this? Yeah, 3. Okay, raise your hand to get the answer. Kevin, what did you get?
I got 40.7469.
0.746. Audie, that's your first. Audie, that's your first. If you guys have a digit or decimals that are more than 2 to the right, we don't pay 7,460 cents. We have to round it to the nearest hundredth. Look at the third number. If it is 5 or more, you let the second number soar. 6 is bigger than 5, so we let the 4 soar up 1. This would actually be 40.75. Bryden, do you have a correction?
Because it starts out at 3, not 4, so it turns into a 4.
Oh, I see. It's 736?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 736. So he's saying that it would become a 4.
Got it, okay.
That's why
Go up 1. No, that was just working it out together. There's your answer. Please check your voice. 1 more. Maybe 2 more. My bill at Office Max was $156.50, but I got 10% off for being a teacher. Then the checkout guy gave me an additional 15% off for being awesome because I'm the teacher of awesome. By awesome, I mean math. What's my final bill? First thing you're doing, help me out, Isabella. There's my first percentage problem. There's my second percentage problem. Is this a mark down or a mark up? Good. So I'm going to take 100 and subtract it by. Yeah. I'm hearing voices on, and I should have had one voice on. Check it, please. That's 90%. Make a decimal for me, Isabella. 4.9. Okay. 0.9 is the one I'm going to use to multiply because 0.90 is the same thing, just a little less simple. Multiply it by 106.50. In your calculator, tell me what you got. Plug it in. Isaiah.
Is it 140.85?
That seems about right. Did you have to round it all? No. Was it 2? Okay. Grant, I know you're doing the work, but you gotta have voices in your head. If you're talking to yourself, it is the same as talking out loud. It will be counted. So 140.85, is that my answer?
No.
Why not, Grant? Grant, why not? We still have a second percent. So we're going to go to the second part and use 15% off. It's still a markdown. I don't take the original price. I take the new price. Taylor, what is my new price? Great. Blake, help me get this markdown percentage to a decimal. 100 minus what? Okay. What do you get? Help me make a decimal. Plug it into your calculator, raise your hand. Bryden, what's my answer? 119? Did you have to round? Great. There's your answer. Final one. Your subtotal came to 3550. Question? Question? Isaiah?
Was the answer 119.72?
That's what I think we got. Let me check it. I heard some questions after we put it down. 119.72. There was a 2.5 though. So we didn't round up because 2 is 4 or less. So we let the 2 rest. So it should be 119.72. Number 3, Blake, read it for me, please.
Your subtotal came to 35 and 35, 50, but you have to add 6.
Right, and it's your second. Okay, there's your first problem. There's your second part of the problem. Okay. First problem, is this 6% a markup or a markdown, Taylor? Markup or markdown? Okay. Add 6 to 100, you get 106. Help me make a decimal, Shiloh. Make a decimal. 1.06. Okay. Plug in 35.50 times 1.06. Camden, what'd you get? 6 what? What do I do next? Taylor, it's your second. What do I do next, Miles? Okay, it's a markup. Did I already do that? And? Okay. What do I do with 115 next, Miles? Okay, and what do I multiply it by? Why don't I multiply 3550 by it, Kevin? Why don't I take 3550? We already did that calculation, and we always take the new amount and multiply that by it. Multiply that with your calculator, go. Camden, what'd you get? 43.27. Agree with that? Yes, disagree, no. 43.27, Grant, you agree? Isaiah, you agree?
I agree.
Okay. If you got something wrong, it looks like you may have plugged something in. Incorrect. Next page, please. Skip number 4. You got 10 minutes to work on partner practice. Track the board before you start. Voice off. Track the board. Thank you, Kevin, for being there. Partners look like this. Track and work with your partner only. Pencil's working on bronze, silver, or gold. Conversation is about math. We are talking about practice. We'll switch to independent in 10 minutes. Get working with the partner. Go. You're on number 1, partner practice. You're skipping number 4. I did, and I didn't go to the store. So budget. I'm sorry, Blake. I've let you down once again. Alas. family things happened. 30 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Love the partner work from Leighton. Carson, excellent partner work. Kevin, great job reading. Thank you for writing. Nice job, Blake. Good job, Bruno. Skip 4, go on to number 1.
Do you do the first two digits or the last two digits when it goes over? Would the 5 go over the 2? So it'd be 24, not 25, right?
Okay, so we got the setup. That's cool. You can draw a line to separate the two words. That's a good strategy. Good job. I don't know. Did I do that? Did I draw a line? I drew a dotted line. That's right. Yeah. You can start by drawing a line. Just tell yourself there's 2%.
No, it would go over. It would
Sales tax means addition, so we add that.
Make sure you guys are including money signs if it's talking about money. I think every problem is money today.